Personally, I would love to see Life of Pi win Best Picture this year. Argo is obviously the favourite, and when you hear about Argo, it's a true story, and you think, my goodness, that would make a great film. But with Life of Pi, everyone said that novel was completely unadaptable. It would never work on the big screen. And Ang Lee's done that. And not only has he done it, but he's done it with a first-time actor and also a computer-generated tiger. And the fact that he bases effectively pretty much the whole film on scenes with just these two characters in them, and just makes it so kind of compelling and magical to watch. I just think that is the kind of standout achievement for me this year.
My name is Pai Patel. I have been in a shipwreck. I am on a lifeboat alone with the tiger. Please send help.
I totally agree that in terms of level of difficulty, Ang Lee wins. You know, it's just the hardest movie to have pulled off, and he has pulled it off. I don't know if we can judge it on that alone. I mean, I think it's wonderful and magical for about 90 minutes in the middle of being slightly clunky and leaden for about 20 minutes on the other side. You know, that it has to set up its story, and it does so in a slightly laborious way. So that's my only sort of slight reservation about it. But once it actually gets down to business on the boat, it really is superb stuff, I think, yeah.
But I'd like to make a case for Zero Dark 30, which I think is a difficult film to bring off. You know, this is about the hunt for Osama bin Laden. We're talking about a 9-year period being telescoped into, what, 2.5 hours, I suppose, which sounds long, but somehow the director, Catherine Bigelow, keeps the tension absolutely ratcheted up to the max.
Can I be honest with you? I am bad news. I'm not your friend. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to break you. Any questions?
I think it's a thrilling film. The script is thrilling, the dialogue is thrilling to listen to, the action scenes are wonderful. There is this climactic scene where the Navy SEALs close in on bin Laden.
And you feel like you don't know what's going to happen, even though the news has told you.
Even though you know that,
shot,
yes.
Yeah.
And it's all done through night vision lenses, and you just feel like you're there on the ground. You almost forget to breathe. I say this about Bigelow all the time. She's just a mistress of tension. She's absolutely fabulous the way she brings this off.
And what I love about Zero Dark 30 as well is it gives you no explicit moral guidance. It makes you decide whether the use of torture is a good or bad thing. It makes you decide even at the end whether the death of bin Laden is a good or bad thing. And that has sent audiences into kind of a panic, because I think people are so used to having a film's message telegraphed to them that when it's left up to our own devices. That in itself is a really kind of a refreshing challenge. We've spoken a bit about the diversity of this year's Best Picture slate, and something that I found really exciting was that a foreign film has somehow ventured out of that kind of Best Foreign Film category and managed to make it up to the very top. Tim, I know you're a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, and not just a foreign film, but a film by Michael Haneke, who really is one of the most difficult filmmakers and sort of challenging filmmakers of our time. I think the fact that he's made a film with such universal resonance is the reason why Amour, of all his films, has been the one chosen to actually compete in this race. It has so much to say about life and age and death. And it communicates that through just these remarkable performances as well. Emmanuel Riva, who I think is just the best thing in any film this year.
Il n'y a aucune raison de continuer à vivre, voilà. Je sais que ça ne peut qu'empirer. Pourquoi dois-je nous infliger ça? À toi et à moi?
Mais tu ne m'infliges rien.
Tu n'es pas obligé de mentir, Georges.
The performances are absolutely great. It will not win an Oscar because most people will say, I never want to see that film again. It is unremittingly grim.
I dispute that on one point, which is that it will win an Oscar. It will win Best Foreign Film. Sorry, that threw you completely.
It did rather. It's not going to win Best Film, that's all I'm going to say.
Although I'm pretty certain at this stage that Argo will win Best Picture. I mean, there's just so much affection for that film out there. I would personally love to see Life of Pi take it.
Guess we'll have to see.